A lot of visibility is going to be on us and our leadership, so we're relishing that responsibility. Kyrie continued to highlight his role, stating, "He's been doing it here for the last 6 years, so me coming in and just being a valuable piece alongside him to alleviate some pressure. I feel like I'm doing a great job, but at the end of the day." Luka Doncic's talent on the basketball court is undeniable, and earning the respect of his peers comes naturally. His skills are widely recognized, but what truly sets him apart is his ability to make the game look effortless. While every player in the NBA possesses top-tier abilities, Luka's competitiveness, on-court confidence, and remarkable personality shine through, making him one of the most respected players in the league. His unique style of play and poise under pressure have earned him admiration from fellow players, further solidifying his status as an elite talent in the NBA. Let's hear what some of his peers have to say about him. Allen Iverson is widely regarded as one of the most transcendent talents in NBA history. Known for his ball-dominant style, Iverson mastered the art of creating his own shot, whether it was through his killer crossover or by finishing at the rim. Much like Luka Doncic, Iverson was a clutch performer in the playoffs, able to elevate his team when it mattered most. During his 2001 MVP season, he carried a flawed Philadelphia team to the NBA Finals, cementing his legacy as a generational talent.
One of the days where I would want it to be Luka because he's a big point guard.
Yeah.
I can still play the two.
Yeah.
He can guard the two. I guard the one. You know what I mean? And I think it'll just be deadly.
Even today, Allen Iverson remains in awe of Luka Doncic, naming him as the one player he'd most like to play with. Iverson believes that Luka's size and skill set would make them an unguardable backcourt duo. Iverson said, "One of the days where I would want it to be Luka because he's a big point guard. I can still play the two, he can guard the two, and I guard the one. I think it would just be deadly." On the other hand, Gilbert Arenas has offered one of his most contentious opinions about Luka. He argues that Luka shouldn't be compared to the likes of Michael Jordan or even James Harden. According to Arenas, Luka's lack of defensive prowess disqualifies him from being mentioned alongside Jordan, who dominated both ends of the floor.
You have Luka over here who's compared to Michael Jordan, and he's James Harden. He's literally James Harden, right? A dude who scored a lot of points, don't play no defense, right? But we see what they did to James Harden, who didn't play defense. They let the world know he didn't play no defense. They let the world know he was a one-sided player. This is all he do. He's just a stat. Luka is considered the next Michael Jordan. The Michael Jordan who played defense and offense. And we have one-sided where we're like, all right, one-sided. Well, we know what that looks like. That's James Harden. Can he say he's better than James Harden at scoring? Can't even do that. You can't even argue that he's a better scorer than James Harden in that same category. But he's considered the next Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan's reputation as the greatest player of all time speaks for itself. I still feel like we can get better. Our chemistry will continue to develop the more pressure situations we're in and the tougher teams we play. We've had our fair share of tests, and I think we can evaluate that we've done well, but we can still do better. Luka Doncic's biggest rival on the court is likely Devin Booker. While Luka often comes out on top in their matchups, Booker has had his moments of victory as well. Their games are always intense, filled with memorable moments and highlights. Off the court, however, they share mutual respect, which is evident when Booker was asked what makes Luka difficult to guard. Booker explained, he does everything. There's no weakness offensively. If he's scoring in bunches, he's also getting his teammates involved at the same time. They've created a great system where when you try to put two on the ball and take away his scoring ability, he gets other guys involved and gets some open shots and easy looks. It's that balance of trying to limit it all, and it's a tough job to do. This highlights not only Luka's scoring ability, but also his playmaking and how he creates opportunities for his teammates. After Luka had a monster 32-point, 15-assist performance against the Bucks, his skill and vision were on full display, further reinforcing his ability to impact the game in multiple ways. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, was asked about how the Milwaukee Bucks approached Luka Doncic on defense, especially given Luka's ability to perform down the stretch. Giannis acknowledged Luka's immense talent, saying, "I think we did a solid job on him. He's just very, very talented. He's a very good player. You know he's going to make the right pass. He's going to make the pass to the roller, the skip pass to the corner. He's going to make good decisions. And, sometimes he can do everything right, and still people are going to have good nights." He continued, Recognizing Luka's skill and greatness, he's one of the most talented players in the league. One of the most talented players probably to ever play this game. So there are going to be nights that he's going to have good nights. You're not going to be able to contain him as much as possible, but we tried to make it tough for him. But he played well. This statement underlines the challenge Luka presents on the court, as even elite defenders like Giannis can struggle to stop him when he's playing at his best. Kevin Durant, speaking on Luka Doncic's incredible ability, said, he does this every game. He controls the whole game, passes, rebounds, scores. We kind of expect this from him at this point.
It's magic. Y'all gotta see it each and every night. He can do pretty much anything with the basketball, so I'm just glad he's on our team making those big shots every night.
Moguće kad se ga pitalo možda ti on igrati jednog dana u istom timu, šta misliš?
To ne znam, moguće. Ja ne znam.
Early in Luka Doncic's career, MJ saw something special and signed him to the Jordan brand, later releasing Luka's signature sneakers. At the time of the sponsorship announcement, Jordan praised Luka's incredible skill level for such a young player, highlighting what sets him apart. Despite being slower and less athletic than many players in the league, Luka's advanced skill set and elite basketball IQ allow him to dominate both individual defenders and complex defensive schemes. As Luka's career has unfolded, MJ's words have proven to be spot on. Luka's skill and ability to read the game have only improved, making him one of the league's top players and one of the hardest to guard. Jordan Brand made a brilliant investment in a superstar whose influence continues to grow. Michael Jordan himself praised Luka, saying Luka is a phenomenal player, and at such a young age he's demonstrating skills it takes many guys years to develop. It will be incredible to watch him continue to advance in the league. Luka and Nikola Jokic share a strong bond, which has blossomed into a deep friendship off the court. They're always joking around, but when it's game time, they compete fiercely. Their relationship is truly special, characterized by two extremely passionate basketball players who express their love for the game in different ways. Luka and Nikola are poised to be the faces of the league for years to come. After the Denver Nuggets defeated Luka's Mavericks, Nikola was asked what he enjoys most about Luka's game. Here's what Nikola replied. That's probably the most you're going to get out of the Joker, as he likely dislikes being around the media even more than he enjoys playing basketball. When we talk about players similar to Luka, James Harden might not be the first name that comes to mind, but they actually share quite a lot in common. Both players don't rely much on their physical abilities. Instead, they use their incredible skill sets. They both have a killer step-back move and can score from anywhere on the court. Because of their skill, earning respect from others comes naturally. Harden has admired Luka since he was just 19, saying, Jimmy Butler is one of the few players in the league who still brings that old-school energy to the court, and Luka shares that same ferociousness in his game. The mutual respect between them is evident, as they have publicly acknowledged it. When Jimmy is in a good mood, he often delivers some of the most interesting quotes in the NBA. He once jokingly said, "Don't skip over my Sedanian guy for why all Solanian guy. I like ours better." On a more serious note, Jimmy continued, praising Luka. He's tough and super fun to watch. He does everything so well. He gets everybody involved, can shoot it, get to the rim, and is sneaky athletic too. If I had to watch somebody play and pay to watch, he goes in that category. Damian Lillard, known as one of the most genuine players in the NBA, brings passion and composure to the court that extends to his off-court demeanor as well. When discussing dynamic duos like Luka and Kyrie or Dame and Giannis, Lillard elaborated on the energy and vibes that players of their caliber bring when playing together or facing off against each other. He said, "Obviously, when we all see each other, we know what kind of night it's going to be. Ultimately, you want your team to come out on top, but I think we've all, especially myself, Kyrie, Giannis, Luka, who's a little bit younger than us, have done it for a long time now. So we understand that it's going to be different for everybody. It's not so much about the stats, it's who can come up big in the moments that count and win the game." He continued praising both Luka and Kyrie's scoring abilities, stating, "Those guys are great scorers, two of the best scorers in the history of the game. They see the ball go in a couple of times, and at that point, there's really nothing you can do about it. It's becoming your favorite players." LeBron James has always been a huge admirer of Luka Doncic. While Luka was a fan of LeBron as a kid, 2 decades later, LeBron has become one of Luka's biggest supporters. LeBron expressed his admiration, saying, "I love everything about his game, love everything about him. The way he plays the game reminds me of the way I play the game. We're just triple threats. We rebound, we pass, which is the #1 thing on our mind. trying to keep our teammates engaged and keep our teammates feeling good out on the floor. We keep our teammates in rhythm and we'll put 40 on you too if you disrespect us. Despite leaving a game against the Miami Heat early due to an injury, Luka still managed to earn respect from the opposing big man, Bam Adebayo. Bam kept his comments brief but pointed, saying he's special. You know, he doesn't let anybody speed him up, and he plays at his own pace. He's one of those guys that's really unique. He's not really fast, but he just does a lot of special things. And he's a big part of why Dallas is at the top of the West right now. Luka Doncic has teamed up with some incredible players in his career, but Kyrie Irving stands out as the biggest superstar he's joined forces with. When two players of this caliber come together, it can either elevate a team to championship contention or disrupt its chemistry. However, Luka and Kyrie have found a good balance on the court. Kyrie has expressed their mutual understanding, saying, "We kind of know each other's spaces on the floor or spots on the floor. We have the utmost respect for one another, but also we know when to give each other confidence. It's not just me and Luka. It's the whole team." There's not much you can expect to get from a star player who just lost a tough game and had a 50-point bomb dropped on him. Durant's comments highlight Luka's all-around game and consistency in dominating. Jason Tatum, discussing the Celtics' defensive strategy against Luka, noted, "Just try to make it tough for him. Obviously, he's a hell of a player, can get any shot he wants. Just gotta throw fresh bodies at him, can't give him the same look the whole game. And you know, contest and live with the result." This reveals the difficulty in defending Luka, as he can score in so many ways. Jamal Murray, reflecting on the Nuggets' defense against Luka, commented, "I don't think anybody else on their team had over 10 points, but I mean, Luka is a hell of a player, man. I mean, to see why he balls in his hand every possession, he makes plays, shoots the ball efficiently. Can hit step backs, draw fouls, get to the rim. He's an amazing player." Murray's words show the respect Luka commands from his peers, as they recognize his ability to control the game even when his teammates aren't contributing as much. These players, despite defending Luka, all speak to his exceptional skill and talent, acknowledging that stopping him is a difficult task. Steph Curry has expressed immense admiration for Luka Doncic's game, saying, "I mean, his size and ball handling skills keep you on edge the whole game. Plus, being a three-level scorer, you have to worry about everything. You don't want him to get those step-back threes going, so you have to press up on him. But he's shifty, has a great handle, and uses his leverage to get by you. Obviously, his court vision is unreal. He's an offensive package playmaker and scorer, and when he's knocking down shots like he did tonight, it's tough. You kind of want to take something away from him." But he kept making play after play. He even made a couple of defensive plays on the other side, with a few steals and a strip on me. He's been playing at an extremely high level and getting better every year. Curry's comments reflect the respect he holds for Luka's versatile skill set, acknowledging him as one of the most complete and challenging players in the league. Joel Embiid on Luka Doncic. Joel Embiid has always been selective in who he respects, and Luka Doncic certainly falls into that category. He recognizes Luka as a real player who's asserting himself as one of the best in the NBA. Embiid is a huge fan of Luka's all-around abilities, particularly his scoring versatility and playmaking. Luka can score from anywhere on the court, handle the ball like a point guard, and create opportunities for his team. Embiid admires Luka's dominance and competitiveness, noting that he's firmly establishing himself as one of the league's elite players. Luka's craziest pass against the Indiana Pacers. Luka Doncic's creativity and basketball IQ were on full display in a memorable game against the Indiana Pacers. Trapped in the corner, the Pacers thought they had him locked down, but Luka had other plans. He whipped a pass that bent in mid-air, leaving spectators in disbelief. Tyrese Halliburton, who was involved in the play, expressed how special Luka's pass was, calling it crazy. Even Halliburton, who wasn't playing at the time, admitted to being in awe of Luka's incredible play. The feeling of witnessing Luka's talent firsthand left a lasting impression, further cementing his status as one of the game's most electrifying players. Chris Paul on Luka Doncic. Chris Paul, known for his exceptional basketball IQ and mastery of the game, holds Luka Doncic in high regard. Despite Luka's physical gifts, Paul admires his game for its fundamental soundness. He notes Luka's ability to play with great confidence and at a controlled pace, explaining that Luka, with his experience playing professionally overseas, already operates at a level where the game feels slow to him. Paul's respect for Luka is grounded in his deep understanding of the game and his ability to dominate across multiple aspects, whether it's scoring or playmaking. Dwyane Wade on Luka Doncic. Dwyane Wade, who has faced off against Luka just twice, quickly recognized Luka's skill and maturity on the court. Wade admires Luka as a young player who already plays with the composure of someone who's been in the league for years. Wade is excited about Luka's future and believes that NBA fans, especially those of the Dallas Mavericks, should be thrilled about what Luka can bring over the next 2 decades. His unique playing style continues to captivate fans and players alike, leaving them in awe of his abilities. Shaquille O'Neal on Luka Doncic. Shaquille O'Neal, who has been more vocal about his admiration for Luka recently, praised Luka for his ability to create scoring opportunities for both himself and his team. During a segment on Inside the NBA, Shaq was impressed by Luka's performance against the Lakers, noting that Luka is the player who carries the Mavericks' success on his shoulders. Shaq emphasized the immense pressure on Luka to perform at such a high level, as the Mavericks' fortunes largely hinge on his performance. Despite this pressure, Shaq acknowledged Luka's MVP-level talent and his ability to carry the weight of his team's success. Luka Doncic is a truly special talent, boasting a remarkable combination of size, strength, shooting, passing, and a fierce competitive drive. His ability to perform at an elite level every night has earned him the admiration and respect of fellow NBA players, from established veterans to rising stars. It's rare to see such widespread appreciation for a young player, which speaks volumes about Luka's skill and impact on the game. At just 25 years old, Luka has a real chance to cement his place as one of the greatest players in NBA history. The future is incredibly bright for Luka, and fans everywhere will be watching closely as he continues to make his mark on the league.